What if the Roman Empire didn't crumble under the weight of swords and shields, but rather the weight of the human mind? Greed fueled corruption as leaders prioritized wealth over the welfare of their people. Fear spread like wildfire, breeding paranoia among the elite, who turned on each other in a desperate bid for power. Ego blinded them to the needs of the empire, as ambition overshadowed unity. In this psychological battleground, the true enemy was not an invading force, but the very minds of those who ruled. The fall of Rome was not just a collapse of stone and marble, it was a collapse of spirit, driven by the darkest corners of human nature. Rome believed in its own eternity, a grand illusion of invincibility. From my balcony, I surveyed the vast empire, yet beneath the surface, corruption festered. Leaders, blinded by power, dismissed the warnings of discontent. Senators clashed in dim chambers, their anger echoing off the walls, while gold coins clinked, a hollow reminder of wealth overshadowing integrity. We thought ourselves untouchable, but history teaches us no empire is too big to fail. The seeds of decay were sown, and we ignored them, believing our glory would last forever. As threats loom outside our walls, our leaders cling to power, wielding fear like a weapon. Promises of security echo in the streets. But what do we sacrifice? Our freedoms, traded for a false sense of safety. Fear doesn't create stability, it ignites chaos. Look around. Dark crowds protest, their voices stifled, while armored guards enforce a fragile order. A Caesar stands before us, delivering impassioned speeches, but we watch in silence, trapped in the shadows of our own making. This isn't strength, it's a desperate grasp for control, and we must ask ourselves, at what cost? When too many voices are silenced, innovation withers. Look at the Senate, once a cradle of debate, now a chamber of echoes. Groupthink reigns, and the truth? It's buried beneath layers of fear. Critical thinking has vanished, much like the strength of ancient Rome. We're left with empty seats, shadows of what could be. Ideas crumble like this ancient scroll, its wisdom faded. In the fog of conformity, we risk losing the very essence of progress. If we don't dare to speak, we surrender our future to silence. Rome didn't fall overnight. It eroded from within, a slow decay fueled by neglect and complacency. The cracks in its once mighty pillars mirrored the fractures in its society, corruption, division, and a loss of purpose. As the Roman eagle faltered, it became clear, when we ignore the psychology of our people, history is doomed to repeat itself. Empires rise and fall, not just from external threats, but from the shadows of their own making. The echoes of distant battle drums remind us that vigilance is essential. We must learn from the past, or risk becoming the architects of our own decline.